I think Ravel's music in general is very orchestral. So there's a lot to explore in terms of color. And he was a perfectionist and somewhat conservative. And he made so many specific markings in the score. So I always try to follow them as much as I can. I find Ravel's music to be nostalgic as well. The pieces that I've played today, including Bavan and Dongo de Couperin, I think they're very nostalgic music, and it is always fun to explore many different aspects of his music because there are so many layers. Actually, it was my first time to perform and record one composer's complete piano music, and I can now say that I can understand Ravel's music much better than before. Since I was a child, he's been one of my favorite composers. I was always fascinated by his um, composing, his ideas, colors, and also very special feelings. It is almost impossible to pick one, but Valse Noble et Sentimentale is the piece that I learned when I studied in Paris. And I have a very fond memory about this piece. So probably I cannot say it's my favorite, but um, yeah, I have so many memories of this piece. I was exposed to Ravel's music when I studied in Paris, so I can say I feel somehow close to his music because I listened to Ravel's music or played Ravel's music like so often. I think Sonatine by Ravel is a masterpiece. It has a clear structure, and the first movement, second movement, third movement has totally different feelings and also structure. The first movement is very nostalgic to me, and the second movement is very pure. And whenever I perform this piece, I I imagine about some something white, something blank. And the third movement is technically very demanding, and it's like a firework, but still there's a magic in the piece. It is his early work, and he was already a genius. La Manière de Bourdin and Chabrier. Um, Also, Judo, Ravel composed so many short pieces, but the length is not an issue because there are so many different ideas in the piece, and even though it's a very short piece, I find it to be very dense, like Judo, the piece that I've played today. It takes about 5 minutes, but when I perform this piece, it doesn't feel like it's a 5 minutes piece. Miroir by Ravel, I think is one of his highlight of of his piano works. For me, it's technically the most demanding pieces, even more difficult than Gaspard de la Nuit. It is so sensitive and sometimes very dramatic and full of imagination and also colorful. For me, it's a masterpiece. It has everything. It's a very interesting structure as well. And when I perform this piece, I really try to concentrate on the sound because Ravel was very conservative composer, so he really knew that what he wanted. So I always try to follow his specific markings when I perform his music. And Miroir also, it has so many specific markings in the score, and sometimes I feel like it is almost impossible to follow them everything, but every time I perform this piece, I try my best to follow them as much as I can.